Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Raja. So before moving to content so please like and share and subscribe to my video to get more alerts. So in the last session we discussed about parameter actions. How do we swap sheets using these parameter actions. So today we are going to discuss about how do we change uh, metrics dynamically with the help of parameter actions. Okay, let me go back to this a dashboard, and I just want to showcase the functionality, and later on that I'll show you how to implement in our dashboard. And here if you see here there are two icons, and one is profit, another one is a sales. And if you click on this either profit or like a sale icons, and based on the selection the metric will get changed dynamically. For example, so let me select this sales. If you observe here the axis will get changed automatically, and even if you click on this profit, again it will get changed the axis. That means like a back end what are happening, right? If you click on this like a profit, the metric changing dynamically with the help of this like a parameter actions. And even though if you see here there are two average lines, so one is depends on this like a y axis, another one is depends on this x axis. And so if you see here there is very light green over there, so we have created this line, average line based on this x axis. So x axis here nothing but like it's year and month. And if you see here the averages, the blue line indicates, and so we have created this reference line based on this y axis. Y axis nothing but like it's a user selection based on sales or profit, so the metric will get changed. And let's go back to this dashboard. I'll show you how. Let me go back to this the trend line sheet, and then so here I'll explain so what are the things implemented here only. So initially you can create one parameter here. So the parameter is select metric, and so it's already created in my dashboard, so that let me open this here. So if you see here right hand side there is a parameter, so we can see sales and profit here. And then later on that so we can create one more additional calculation for this parameter support, so that so it's already there in our workbook. And so if you go to the edit, and you can see that calculation which I have written here. And if you see here, so I have written this case statement here, and the case statement I just mentioned the parameter name. And when sales, so when user select this like a sales, the metric should be like it's a sum of like a sales only. So when user select this profit, so then you should consider this sum of profit here, and then click on OK. And here what I like using, right? So we already created one calculate field, right? I just use those, I just use that calculation into that rows. And again I have so I have used the same calculation field for like one more time to create that this kind of shapes here. So there are one metric I used for this line chart, and another one is used for this shape only. So later on that, and I change into this I change into this dual axis. And here if you click on this reference line, you can see that if you can edit that reference line, you can see these options. So I have selected this a select metric support, and so here I'm taking this average. And then later on that if you see here, so I'm just using this a line formatting. And apart from that even if you see in the label itself it is required, you can use that label, otherwise you can click on this none. And the tooltip, so we can use the custom tooltip also if it is required, and so otherwise you can go with this automatic. So and here also in the same manner you can go here, and you can select this one more reference line here. If you see here we are here we need to create one more additional parameter here. So I already created a actually parameter, that is the reason it is showing here only. And then so I haven't selected any other option except this like value. So why I'm using this like a select date, right? If you hover on any one of these like a point, so the date automatically changing, the dynamically it is changing the date values. So why I'm using this like a dynamical like a reference line. So in the upcoming like a videos, what I'm going to do is, right, I'll explain like how do we change this YTD and MTD and QTD values based on these like dynamic selections only. So that is the reason I have created this like a reference lines uh, based on this dynamic reference lines only. Okay, so let me go back to this like a dashboard. And yeah, sorry, we have one more like additional sheet, right? So in the sheet what I did, right, and if you see here, there are like a total 4 axes, 2 axes using for this sales, 2 axes using for profit. So in the first axis what I did, right, and I have changed into this like a shape, and a secondary axis I'm using for the label itself. So if you see here, the circle is nothing but like our shape, so P is nothing but like our text. The text like we already utilizing with the second axis only, and later on that I use it to dual axis. In the same manner I also did I also did for this like a sales also. If you see here, third axis is like applicable for this sales, and fourth axis also applicable for sales. So I just converted one axis into this shape, another axis into text only. If you see here, this is third axis, and if you go for this fourth, I can see text here. Later on that you can change into these dual actions. And so here if you see here what I did, right, so I use like some custom like a text here to enable this like parameter actions. So in the first and secondary axis I'm using this custom text over here like a profit only. If you see here also I can see profit. If I go back to this third and fourth, I'm using like a sales as our custom text, because if we are having these like a similar values into this axis also, you can easily pass these parameter actions here. So that is the only reason I decided to give this like custom text here. And then later on that what I did, right, and so I have like a drag, I have used this like trend line into the dashboard. In the same manner I use icons icons as a floating object in here, and then we can enable these actions, dashboard actions. If you see here, I can show you these dashboard actions also, like sorry, it is related to these icons. So we are passing these actions from this icons itself. The source sheet is sheet as icons. The target parameter is like select metric, and then if you see here, I have selected this like a sales. And even if I go back to this like a fourth one, you can see here, yeah, and here also. So the source sheet as like a icon, the target like a parameter is like a select metric, and the source field like it's a profit here. So these are the parameters, and so I think the additional two like parameters are enabled from the sheet level. If you see here, if I click on here, I can see these are like enabled from the sheet level. Remaining parameters are enabled from like a dashboard level. Yeah, just click on here, and so this is the functionality we achieved with the help of this like a parameter actions. And I forgot to show you one more thing, like even if you click on this profit, the headers also dynamically change based on this like a selection. So I hope you guys are enjoyed this like a video, and so in the next video probably I'll come with this YTD, MTD and QTD, and previous year YTD, so calculation based on this dynamic selections. So, and thanks for watching the video.